In the shadows of the Imperium, 4 killers without equal are forged. They've each taken their skills into the Genestealer Gauntlet and wiped out scores of monsters between them. Today though, they turn their weapons on each other so we can determine who is the best assassin of them all. The Calidus is the assassin who had the best run in the Genestealer Gauntlet, but can her speed help her out in this battle? The Colexus didn't do that well in the Genestealer Gauntlet, but not through lack of effort. None of the other assassins are psychers, so the Colexus still isn't being used to full effect, but they've still got a high damage output. The Eversaw was very close to the Calidus in the Genestealer Gauntlet, and in terms of actual damage output, you'd have to say he has the Calidus beat. However, we know that Warhammer 40k is easier said than done, so we'll have to see what the dice rolls are saying today. And finally, the Vindicare, who was completely out of his depth in the Genestealer Gauntlet, but I think we'll do a lot better here. His gun can kill any one of the other assassins in one shot, and the slight change in rules for these battle royals allows models to shoot into combats that they're not a part of, which will benefit him greatly. Calidus, Colexus, Eversaw, Vindicare. 4 assassins, 1 arena. Only one can walk out alive. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. The Discord and Patreon are also in the video description, so check them out too. And let's begin. The Vindicare wins the priority roll and so gets to go first. He immediately takes aim down his rifle scope at the Eversaw assassin, picking him out as his most dangerous rival. But the Eversaw is too quick for this and uses his scout ability to jump behind cover and out of the Vindicare's line of sight. No matter, thinks the Vindicare, he would pick the Eversaw off later. Instead, he pulls his rifle round and the Calidus assassin flickers into view, her form shifting like liquid gold. He won't make the same mistake twice and doesn't hesitate this time. The Vindicare pulls the trigger and fires off 1 deadly shot. 1 hit, 1 wound, and 1 failed save. The wound causes 4 damage, which is enough to kill the Calidus outright. The Calidus staggers and then falls, a single open wound smoking in the center of her forehead. Unbelievably, the absolute underdog drops the favorite in a single perfect shot. The Eversaw sees the carnage unfold from behind cover and decides that he'll need an extra something to take on the Vindicare's excellent aim. His skull helmet screams as he activates his overkill ability, and combat drugs flood his system. A streak of red and black jumps out from behind cover and lets off a few pistol shots as a warning. 3 hits, 1 wound, and 1 save. Ineffective shooting, but the Eversaw knows he was only using this as suppressing fire to avoid the Vindicare's rifle sights. The real fighting begins as the Eversaw laughs maniacally and slams straight into the Vindicare's position. Claws and sword at the ready, the Vindicare barely has time to draw his combat knife before the attacks rain down on him. 7 hits, only 3 wounds. The Vindicare needs 2 saves, otherwise he's dead. And 2 saves made. The Vindicare grunts as blood drips from the cuts in his suit. He is down to 2 wounds, but prepares for a counter with a desperate strike. 4 hits, 3 wounds, and 2 saves. The Eversaw drops to 3 wounds. A bloody combat, but both assassins refuse to yield, and there's another combatant in play who could throw a spanner into this chaos. A ghostly face peers through the smoke and debris, mask showing a diabolical smile. The Colexus assassin sprints towards the melee, his presence emits a psychic aura exerting upon the other assassins. He raises his anti-psycho weapon and fires it into the ongoing battle, not caring who he hits. 3 hits, but no wounds. A wasted opportunity, and the Collector snarls in anger before charging into the back of the Eversaw and taking his attention away from the Vindicator. 4 hits, only 1 wound, but it's a devastating wound, and so no save can be made. The Eversaw is now down to 1 wound, and he's barely standing. The combat drugs are the only thing keeping him on his feet. Instinct takes hold, and the Eversaw attacks back, swinging wildly. 6 hits, 4 wounds, and 3 saves. The damage is obviously too great to the Eversaw, and he fails to kill the Collectus outright. The drugs only get him so far, and it wasn't enough this time. This new combat allows the Vindicator to take a step back. He steadies himself, bleeding and shaking, but ultimately alive. He raises his rifle again and lines up a shot. 1 bullet, 2 possible targets. 1 hit. 1 to 3 it hits the Eversaw. 4 to 6 it hits the Colexus, and it hits the Colexus. 1 wound and a failed save. 6 damage this time, and the Colexus is down. The Vindicator eliminates another assassin with a single surgical strike. Sensing that this is his best opportunity, the Vindicator throws his gun to the ground and charges the broken Eversaw in the back with his knife at the ready. 4 hits, 2 wounds, and only 1 save made. The Eversaw assassin collapses in a violent spasm, his combat drug spilling onto the floor as he is slain. Smoke drifts across the battlefield, and 3 assassins lie broken and dead. The Vindicator stands alone, battered but victorious. He picks his rifle up from the ground and activates the communication device. Target eliminated. All of them. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, and check out the Patreon Discord in the video description, and we'll see you next time.